The movie starts with a man sprinting through a forest in Ireland. Urgently searching for help for his wife, he sees a sign in the forest that says, "Point of no return." However, he returns to the same starting point, discovering 7 hours have passed. He tries to climb a tree but falls, sustaining painful injuries. Retrieving a knife, he hears weird sounds and encounters a mysterious creature from the fog. Before he can understand what's going on, the creature drags him away. Meanwhile, Mina, an American working at a pet shop, receives a golden parrot. Her boss assigns her the task of delivering it to a nearby city. Mina keeps the parrot overnight at her place. She tells the parrot that she is sad because she lost her mother 15 years ago, and the parrot starts to respond to her. The following day, Mina sets out to deliver the parrot. Along the way, she receives a voice message from her twin sister, Lucy, describing their mother's memorial ceremony. Lucy expresses concern for Mina's well-being. As Mina continues her journey, she notices posters of missing persons and experiences trouble with her phone and car. The parrot warns her, and she encounters a sign reading "Point of no return." Mina leaves her car behind and starts walking. After some consideration, Mina decides to name her parrot Darwin. Suddenly, a swarm of bats swoops towards her. Startled, Mina gets up to her feet, only to feel the ground tremble beneath her. In the forest, Mina hears a terrifying screech and spots an elderly woman running. Mina follows her. A stranger warns Mina to run for her life. Mina runs into a nearby bunker, where Madeline quickly locks the door. Confused, Mina questions their situation. Madeline introduces herself along with Sierra and Daniel. She instructs Sierra to stay by Mina's side for comfort. Despite Mina's fear, Madeline assures her of safety. When Madeline asks Mina to step forward, she hears a strange sound like applause because the watchers are happy that a new person has come to the bunker. The next morning, Mina thinks the group is crazy and she decides to leave the house. Terrified, Mina tries to escape but realizes she's trapped. Madeline tells her that there are landmarks positioned in a near-perfect circle across the forest. In other words, there is a border that they must never cross, because if they do, they won't make it back to the house on time. The next day, Sierra shares that John's been gone for 6 days without a trace. When Mina asks about the Watcher's intentions, Sierra isn't sure, but Madeline theorizes that only seeing a Watcher could drive someone mad. Sierra leads Mina to a burrow, warning her not to get too close. These burrows serve as the Watcher's hiding spot during the daytime. Mina learns that Sierra has been there for nearly 5 months. They outline crucial rules: avoid turning your back to mirrors, do not open doors after dark, and always remain in the light. Madeline makes it clear that following these rules is essential for survival within the Watcher's territory. At night, Mina taps on the window to communicate with them. A scary growl is heard, and Madeline tells all of them not to move. The next day, Daniel tells Mina and Madeline there used to be a professor at a university. Mina glimpses her sister Lucy, but ignores it. Daniel admits that no one survives a Watcher encounter. Mina persuades him to explore a burrow. Mina uses a rope to lower herself inside the burrow. She finds interesting items, such as old newspaper articles, electronic parts, toys, and an old bike, which she decided to tie the rope to pull it out of the hole. Mina tries to escape, and a Watcher appears. Its hand gets burned, and Daniel throws a rope to help her. Madeline questions the origin of the items they found. Mina suggests using a bicycle to find an exit. Daniel interrupts, calling them inside. Mina denies seeing anything frightening. Daniel reveals the electronics that they found in the hole earlier that day. They connect a video camera to the TV to observe the Watchers. That night, they wait, and someone tries to open the door. They notice a figure outside. Madeline confronts Mina about breaking the rules because bad things like this can happen. In the tense situation, Sierra recognizes John's voice, her husband, when he coughs outside. He argues with her to open the door, but Madeline insists they shouldn't open it after sunset, explaining that the Watchers are using it as a trap. John questions Mina about her actions, and she admits she went into a burrow with Daniel's help. Sierra, desperate to help her husband, tries to open the door, but Madeline suggests verifying his identity. Sierra questions John about her book, but there is no answer. She instructs him to pick up the camera and show his face to the lens. As John shows his face, he violently gets pulled into the shadows. Mina and Daniel witness a watcher staring into the camera before violently attacking and grabbing it. They gather by the window, watching the watchers assault the glass, desperate to break in. Madeline warns everyone to stand behind her. Surprisingly, the watchers retreat. The next day, Madeline throws a bicycle into a burrow, telling them not to break the rules ever again. In a flashback, we see Mina and Lucy in a car with their mother. When their mother asks Mina to roll up the window, Mina ignores her, leading to an accident. She feels guilty for her mother's death. Despite winter's arrival and shorter days, Mina persists in her quest to escape the forest. Returning to the coop, she informs Sierra about Daniel and Madeline's ongoing argument. Mina discovers Sierra near a burrow, where Sierra is sure that John was present that night he was killed by the bunker. Mina dismisses this, but their attention is drawn to Daniel's scream. Rushing to his side, they find him restraining Madeline, claiming it's now their rules. Daniel runs, pursued by Sierra, while Mina unties Madeline. Back at the coop, they plead with Daniel to open the door, but he refuses. Mina notices a flock of bats flying overhead, and when Sierra questions Daniel's actions, he responds that a change is necessary. Meanwhile, Madeline leads Mina to take cover under a tree, hiding their scent. Soon, something falls on Mina, revealing a watcher directly above them. The watcher suddenly leaves and rushes towards the house. To their horror, they witness it stand up and produce a scary sound, summoning the other watchers. As the watchers approach Daniel and Sierra, Daniel claims that they are not inside the house, provoking the watchers to look for them. Madeline and Mina hurry back to the house, arguing with Daniel to open the door. Mina tells him about her sister Lucy and blames herself for their mother's death during their childhood. Mina tells Daniel that he will never get over the guilt of being responsible for their deaths if he doesn't let them back inside the house. He opens the door, allowing them to enter, and locks it behind them. Madeline gathers everyone in front of a mirror to make sure that the watchers know that all of them are inside the house. It was only when she saw a watcher for the first time and realized how dangerous they really were. Madeline then tells them a story about what happened to her some time ago in the forest. As she was walking through the forest, she saw a human figure that looked like herself, but more like a replica. She explains that the Watchers were an ancient species known by various names: changelings, winged people, and fairies. These beings observe humans because they want to understand and copy their behavior. Suddenly, a loud knock echoes from the door, and the Watchers surround the coop. Madeline and the others hurry to secure the entrance. During the commotion, Sierra discovers a hidden door beneath the carpet. As the Watchers attempt to break in, Sierra and Daniel manage to open the secret door just in time. They all rush to the basement, finding it well stocked enough with food to last for years. Mina notices a computer in there, and upon opening it, they discover Professor Rory Kim Larton's video diary from 2009, a record of his study of the Watchers. From Rory's diary, they discover that he employed 13 workers daily to construct the facility. At the end of the working days, he encouraged the workers to eat dinner outside while he quietly retreated to the bunker, waiting for the Watchers to take their lives. Rory admits that the facility's construction relied on the blood of innocent people, all in the pursuit of knowledge and understanding. In another video, Rory mentions encountering a Watcher in the form of a red-haired little girl. Unlike the others, this creature was a combination of curiosity and innocence. Rory stated that if he was able to discover the secret of these fairies, he would be able to find the cure to defeat death and live forever. He then reveals footage of the captive creature held by him. Mina plays the final video, where Rory admits that after 300 days, he feels empty towards humanity. Even though he spent a lot of time with the creature, took care of it, and even found a way to communicate with it, he lost interest in the experiment because he never found a solution and everything was a waste of time. Rory reveals the location of a boat near the forest exit where the birds get together. He instructs anyone who finds it to follow the birds, reach his university office and destroy everything there. Some things, he insists, are best left in the past. The video then shows Rory climbing up the stairs, and 2 gunshots echo, meaning he took his own life. The next day, they go on their quest to escape the forest. Madeline warns them about an unseen force that will try to trap them, advising them to tell the difference between reality and illusion. Mina releases Darwin so he can help them to find their way. Along the way, they encounter a big stone plate on the forest floor where fairies were once imprisoned. These beings acted as a bridge between nature and humanity, but eventually frightened humans with their powers. The conflict led to their exile deep underground, sealed by a door. For centuries, they struggled to reach the surface, only to discover they had lost their wings and magic. As night falls and the rain pours, Madeline informs them they're nearly at their destination. Suddenly, a flock of bats, watchers, flies towards them. Despite the chase, they all manage to reach the river. However, Daniel goes missing, and Sierra realizes he's dragging John out of the forest. Sierra tries to warn him, but it's too late. The Watcher slits Daniel's throat. As they flee, other Watchers appear, but Madeline assures Mina that they can't leave the forest. The Watcher transforms into Daniel, and the scene cuts as his screech echoes. The next morning, Mina finds Darwin back. Returning home, they recall a flashback. Lucy was injured, and her mother died. Mina reaches the university, and she can enter the professor's office by telling the staff that she is his niece. Mina discovers a tape in Rory's office, learning that these fairies once served as guardians, half-bloods, children of humans and fairies, exiled in transformation. Despite history declaring their bloodline doesn't exist, Rory challenges this. Mina discovers shocking photos and learns Madeline was Rory's wife. Madeline passed away in 2001. Mina speculates that Rory's mysterious bunker companion aimed to create a new Madeline. Sierra notes that they can't walk in sunlight, suggesting Madeline is different, a Watcher. While waiting for Madeline, Mina confesses to Sierra that she is scared because of the monster they have to face. A vehicle's arrival startles Mina, meaning that Sierra is actually Madeline in disguise. Madeline explains that she's here to become Mina. As Sierra enters, Madeline transforms into John and attacks her. Madeline warns Mina not to trust her, as their secrets are known. Madeline reveals her true name, Anne Rietchen, meaning Daywalker. When the professor arrives, Madeline kills him in self-defense. Determined to avoid betrayal, Madeline transforms into Rory. Mina discovers Madeline has assumed Sierra's appearance. Madeline insists on an equal confrontation, revealing her intention to blend in with the humans. Desperate, Mina shares a recording suggesting Madeline's daylight mobility may be due to her being half-human. Madeline understands human emotions, including jealousy and love. Mina believes that there are more out there like Madeline. Regaining her wings, Madeline flies out the window, full of hope for her new future. The next day, Lucy visits Mina, who suspects Madeline still watches them. Outside, a red-haired girl is standing right in front of their building, and after they take a better look, the young girl represents Madeline, who is still watching them. And with this, the movie ends. If you enjoyed the recap, like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.